Hi all. Everything in my videos is pulled from the public domain and I am using them under the Fair Use Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. Well, this video is longer than usual, but not as long as yesterday's. Chock full of information. Here we go. The Prince's Trust, for those who don't know, is a charity in the United Kingdom that was founded in 1976 by Prince Charles. And these are people that they're very vulnerable. They need help with training programs and practical and financial support to build their confidence and motivation. In 1999, all the different charities were brought together as the trust, and it was acknowledged by the Queen. And she did a ceremony at Buckingham Palace and she granted it a royal charter. And for those who don't know, the royal charters are used in Europe since medieval times to grant rights and privileges to whatever it's given to. Now, obviously, I'm not in England, but from what I can tell from looking online, it looks like it is getting its income from it's called voluntary income, which is the same thing as donating money. And just like things set up in the United States, this particular trust is reporting online that for every dollar that's donated, 70 cents was spent on charitable activities. Obviously, way better than what Harry and Meghan have going. There is also the Prince's Trust International, which is the international arm of the Prince's Trust. And their website says that in response to international interest, the Prince's Trust International launched in 2015 with the idea to take interventions around the world. And I think this is a good thing for a lot of the countries they go to, because they go to Africa and the Caribbean, the Middle East, areas that are really, really in need. Now, beyond that, you have the Prince's Trust Group, which brings together the Prince's Trust in the UK, Prince's Trust International, and all the other ones. There's one in Australia, one in New Zealand, Canada. They're all brought together. So for everybody going on and on about this is only coming to the United States because Charles wants to give Harry a job, I just don't think that's true. Now, you don't have to worry about Harry being the one running this charity because Charles hired CEO Jessica Greer Morris. So let's take a look at this woman. She kind of reminds me like Meghan Markle. I think this is who Meghan Markle wants to be in her dreams. But listen to her bio, people, and tell me if any of this sounds familiar. She was listed in Newsweek as one of 150 fearless women who shake up the world. She's listed as an advocate, playwright, performer, and producer. And she actually met her husband while starring in a New York Times acclaimed one-woman show that she wrote, which was on Broadway. She produced theatrical work for the White House, the United Nations, TED Women, U.S. Mission, the New York City Fringe Festival. It goes on and on. She founded a company called Girls Be Heard. Notice it's not African American Women Be Heard, it's Girls Be Heard. You should also know that she earned her master's degree in public health from Columbia University and helped launch the Man Up campaign at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa with 100 young activists in 25 countries working to stop violence against women in their communities. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, she is an activist. She is for women. She has her master's degree. And she is not going for fame. She is going to make a difference in the world. And therein lies the difference between somebody like her and Meghan Markle. So anyway, they launched this in the United States, and it's supposed to, quote, create a conduit for U.S. citizens to support our work around the globe and bring the very same program transforming the lives of young people abroad to the United States. And Prince Charles even shared a pre-recorded message. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. And I think it's great that he's going global with this whole thing. I'm sure all these countries have their own, setup to help people. I know the United States does. So as the Commonwealth is the Queen's life work, you could say that this trust, the Prince's Trust, is Charles' life work. And he has raised millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he has helped thousands and thousands of young people with this charity. So I'm going to give Charles the benefit of the doubt with this. Now, if If Harry were to get into financial trouble, do I think he would go to Charles and say, could you get me a job at the trust? He could. He might. I don't know that Charles would help him. Maybe, maybe not. Now, I'm going to throw in a quick update to what happened yesterday, because we all know that after Buckingham Palace announced that Harry and Meghan were no longer doing a life of public service, and Harry and Meghan came right back with those nasty comments, one of Harry's friends is now saying that the line was taken out of context. So in other words, it's cleanup time for their hasty and ill-worded, smart comment that was put out to the Queen. It was very disrespectful. People are up in arms. This guy is named Dean Stott. He apparently has been a friend of Harry for 12 years, so now he's going to be their mouthpiece. This guy is also a woke joke who lives in California, so he sees the family on a regular basis, and he said, we're focusing on them stepping back, and there are so many positives we can take from this. Yeah, no. Dude is just another mouthpiece. And again, glossing over the fact that the only work they've really done in the last year, other than Zoom calls, is to line their pockets with deals. Deals which I might add are failing. The difference in the two statements that were put out are really quite shocking when you look at them. The part of the Queen's statement that's highlighted that I think is important is where she said that it's not possible to continue with the responsibilities and duties that come with a life of public service, that everything that they've taken from them is being redistributed among the working members of the family, and that they are all saddened by the decision and that they remain much loved members of the family. And what she meant by all of this is, I'm fond of Harry. Harry is very dear to the Queen. Meghan, who's been a driving force in this, has changed Harry, and they're united in this decision. And of course, the family is sad. Now, when you go back and look at Harry and Meghan's statement, what you have is they said that as evidenced by their work over the past year, they remain committed. What they mean is they work as hard as any royal does. We want to offer our continued support means we want to keep those titles. We can all live a life of service. Service is universal. Means we can survive on our own. I mean, they're almost laying down the gauntlet to the Queen, like this says, and saying that their brand of modern royalty is better. And I agree with Robert Jobson, who said that their statement about duty and service to the UK and around the world was simply rude. I mean, come on, guys. We know who's responsible for that statement. We know who's wearing the pants. We know who has the twig and berries in this relationship. Doesn't take a genius. Now, as an update to Oprah, we all know that she's doing a tell-all interview in just a few weeks with Meghan and Harry. And I've highlighted the date. As you can see above, last year, she denied that she was planning a tell-all interview with them, which just goes to show that her character is no better. She's a liar. Now, several of you have asked that I should take one for the team and watch this interview and then report back on it. And I'm shocked because I thought you guys really liked me. And as much as it sounds like nails going down a chalkboard whenever that woman talks, I will watch it for you guys if you don't want to. I'm sure it'll be worth a good laugh. Not to be outdone, Netflix has come out now and said that they are going to release a documentary about Harry and Meghan. I mean, is anybody really surprised by that? I mean, let's be very honest. These two have nothing to sell but themselves. I mean, in my personal opinion, they were supposed to be coming up with scripted shows and children's programming and feature films and documentaries, and their ideas have sucked, so they finally said, okay, just do one on us. And unfortunately for Oprah, one of the people said, I would go easy there on the idea of a tell-all with Oprah. I think they won't be telling all to Oprah. After all, they signed a contract with Netflix, which is bigger than their friendship. But let's be honest here. Is anybody here really surprised that there's going to be a documentary? I mean, wasn't Meghan caught taping in areas of the palace where she wasn't supposed to be? I mean, when you get down to it, since Spotify is dead, Netflix is all they have left. And all of the charities that were removed from Harry and Meghan are now putting out politically correct statements thanking him and saying they're looking forward to the future. You know, these people are all grieving, just a sigh of relief because they don't have to deal with them anymore. And let's face it, for a lot of these charities like the theater, they did nothing for them in the last year. And because they wouldn't give them up, they couldn't be assigned to somebody else. Now, not to tune my own horn, but I did a video called Megxit Coming and Netflix Going on January 28th where I gave you guys my predictions of what was going to happen. Let's see how well I did. I said that number one, they were going to lose their patronages, which they did. Number two, Harry was going to lose his military appointments, which he did. I said that they were going to lose the president and vice president of the Commonwealth. I said they were going to be giving up Frogmore Cottage. They've already removed their belongings and their rental is up next month. I predicted that Charles would stop giving them money at the end of Megxit, which is next month. And as much as Charles loves his son, I'm sure he can see what's going on and he probably will cut the money off. As I stated, I thought they would get to keep the Duke and Duchess titles, but I did say that I thought she would pull the HRH, so that's the only thing I missed. So my goodness, since I was able to predict all that correctly, why can't I hit the frickin' lottery for once? And I would like to end this video by congratulating Eugenie and Jack on the birth of August Philip Hawk Brooksbank. He is a beautiful baby. They're going to be great parents. And I'm sure the Queen is going to love having the baby around. And this baby's going to get all the love that his great-grandmother can give. I love it. I had to put this picture up again. Don't you want to just pinch those cheeks? Ooh, exciting. So to end this video, let's watch Meghan Markle in her natural habitat. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget you can email me, follow me on Twitter. Don't forget about that coffee fund. And as always, have a great day.